All right, guys. Good evening. Let's get all messages here. They're playing Old Canada over there on the radio. Red Sox are playing Toronto, I believe. Check this out. Look at that. Pineapple coconut. I eat this over 2 or 3 days. I don't eat the whole thing all at once. Look at that. So good. Got some caramel. Put that on there. Look at that. Wow. Sensational. Check this out, guys. Look at that. Wow. So there's the box, guys. That's what we're going to be looking at. Hey, green thing. Good evening, honey. Solid tank. Good to see you. So I'm going to have a little bit of ice cream here as we wait for a couple more people to filter in. We'll see. Maybe we'll get a whole crowd of 5 or 6. Love this. Haagen-Dazs pineapple coconut. It's my favorite. So good. Hey, Mark, how are you, my friend? All's well. Hope with you as well. Love this ice cream. So just a quick video here. I'm retiring next year, as you may or may not know. And so I've been talking to Green Thing, and we're, what we're going to do and where we're going to be and all this sort of thing. And, one of the things we're talking about is developing multiple income streams with real estate, with whatever else. Now, I have a dormant eBay account, which I use generally just for buying stuff, whatever I need. But I'm going to reactivate that. I previously sold hundreds of coins and baseball cards and that sort of thing. And so what I did here with this box is, out of Heritage Auctions in Houston, Texas, I ordered a batch of old comic books. And I think I paid something like, with the what do you call it, with the auction fee and all that shit added up, I think it was about $90, $85, $90, something like that. And so I think there's like 15 old comic books, and I got that package. I don't even know what's in there, because a lot of them are Silver Age. Now, the Silver Age of comics in America was between the late 1950s and the 1960s. Those seem to be very popular now, that time era. That was way before my time of buying comic books. I bought them in the 1970s, which is the Bronze Age, they call it, in comic book collecting. So there may be a few Bronze Age comics in here. I'm primarily interested in reselling these. So if I could get $10 a piece, I'm going to make a nice profit here. Not a lot of money, but some of them might go for even more than that. So I should be able to sell most of these for $10 or more each. So we're going to open this box up and see what we have in there. About to get on the road, but I'll be listening. Thanks, Mark. Safe travels, buddy. Safe travels. I have another couple bites of this ice cream before we get opening up the comic haul. I'm going to see what's in this box, guys. There's at least 15 comic books, maybe a couple more. Okay, got a few people in here. 13 people. Okay, guys, so let's get started. Enough of my eating my Haagen-Dazs. Let's get this opened up, guys, huh? Okay, so got my knife here. Cut that puppy open. I use some serious tape. This knife is shit. Some garbage knife I picked up at a gun show. It's not even sharp. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so $90. $90 was the tab on this puppy. So let's see what we got here for these comics. Very well packaged, as expected, from a legitimate auction source like Heritage. Here we go. So let's open this up, guys. Let's see what we got. Solid tape. Wow, they really did a good job wrapping this puppy up. Where's the I'm gonna use my Swiss Army. It's my pocket knife, always good for getting the job done here. I don't want to cut any of these comic books up, obviously. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Let's see what we got, guys. Looks like they're all in cardboard and plastic envelopes. Great. That's excellent. Saves me the trouble of buying them. So that's a whole lot here. Look at that. It's at least 15, maybe 20 in here. Let's open this up and see what we have here, guys. Yeah, the bagged and boarded already. We got some Superman, looks like. So again, this is the Silver Age is the comics I'm interested in from the 1960s, maybe earlier. First one here is Adventure Comics. DC Comics, Superboy, Legion of Superheroes when they're all babies. Look at that. Mom looks pretty hot here, huh? Let's see what the date is on this. February, 12 cents. That's how much a comic would cost back in the day, guys. Let's see what date that is. Let's see what the... February 1964. Look at that. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. I would grade it maybe fine or very fine. You know, no water stains on the back, which are common, you know, ripped covers. So this is a good condition here for this 60-year-old comic book. 61 years old. It's as old as me. This one here, this Adventure Comic. Oops, put it in the wrong way here. Adventure Comics. Love these old covers, guys. 12 cents. That's how much it costs. How much the comics cost now? They're probably like $10 a piece nowadays. Okay, that's the first one. Second one is Supergirl, 20 cents. Now the 20 cents, I remember buying these when I was a kid, probably around 1972, 73. I was like 8 or 9 years old. That's when they were selling for 20 cents. I remember buying a few of these back in the day. Not Supergirl, but, what did they have? Batman, Dracula, Thor, all those kind of people, superheroes. Look at that. We got Supergirl taking on the abominable snowman. Two women here are fighting over the guy, the sinister snowman. Let's see what day. This is probably 72 or 3. October 73. Again, pretty good condition here. No stains, no nothing. So another very good condition comic here, the Supergirl. I may save this for little Sophie, actually. She may get a kick out of reading something like this when she gets a little older. I don't know. Maybe I'll hold on to that one for her. Supergirl. Got a Hulk coming up next. Let's see what this is here. The Incredible Hulk number 123. 15 cents. Okay, so 15 cents I think was early 70s, maybe 71, 72, maybe something like that. Let's see what's going on here. The Monster and the Murder module. Pretty good condition again. No tears, no nothing, no dislodged covers. These are really in good shape, these comics here. These should sell for at least 10 bucks a piece, maybe 15 or 20 a piece, if I'm lucky. So let's see what we have here. This is what's the date on this? January 1970. So January 1970 issue of the Incredible Hulk. So this thing is 55 years old, and it's almost brand. It's got a slight print defect here. That's not a tear or anything. It's just the cover was folded over when they printed it. So a slight defect, but it should still fetch me maybe 15 bucks. Another Adventure Comics. This one here, 12 cents again. July. What does it say here? We'll give you all the clues. Can you guess the identity of the unknown Legionnaire? This statue honors the mystery youth who saved the Legion. Who is he, Superboy? I'm baffled, light lass. The statue, like the real unknown Legionnaire, wears a lead mask. I know, he's one of us, says this green dude. Well, let's see what we got here. This is 12 cents. This might be another one from 64. What's this issue number here on this one? This one's issue number 317. This is 334. So this might be like 1966. I think it's a 1966. Again, these are Silver Age. These are very collectible, very easy to sell on eBay, especially in this kind of very good, very fine condition. Oh, shit. Got to be careful. The tape on the bag stuck to the cover. I'm like, oh shit! It better not rip the cover. Let's see what. when this is published. I think it's about 1966. July 1965. Okay. So this one is a little more worn. Shit. Okay. So Adventure Comics. It's another Adventure Comics. And yet another Adventure Comics. This one has a, that's on the it's on the plastic here. Superboy. This must have been popular back in the 60s. Superboy. So this one is number 367. This one, so this is probably 1967. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, it looks like a lot of these are Adventure Comics. Maybe I could sell them as a lot of 4 or 5 of these. 1968, April 1968. $0.12, guys. So it's interesting that throughout most of the 1960s, these comics books, the price remained 12 cents. You could go with a quarter to a newsstand and buy yourself 2 comic books for a quarter. Can't do that anymore. The good old days, blame us boomers for that. Wow, it's more Adventure Comics here. Yeah, this is a large batch of Adventure Comics. Here's number 396, 15 cents, so that's into the early 70s. Yeah. I'm gonna put those Adventure Comics into a lot of whatever number I got of these. See if I could squeeze out 40, 50 bucks for them. 417. I remember these 52 pages for 25 cents. I remember that. That has to be like 1960, 1974 or thereabouts. I was in 4th grade. Another 20 center here. See, this one's ratty. Someone wrote 25. It's got a rip on it here. Number 423. Justice League. Superman is the traitor. He's about to betray you all. Uh-oh. Look at that. Supergirl turning on her man. He's got all these people pissed off at Superman. Look what she's doing here, guys. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Solid Tank. Aquaman, 12 cents. Think fast, Aquaman. Hold, Aquaman, before you can kill me, your son dies. Oh boy. So you got some Genghis Khan looking dude here trying to shake down Aquaman. Let's see what year this is. Aquaman number 25, issue number 25 of Aquaman. This is January, February 1966 issue. 12 cents. So maybe 10 bucks for that, guys, or more? What do you think? Yeah, Greeny, I love the art on these old comics. Some of these artists that are still alive, you know, they're like in their 80s and 90s. If you could get the cover artist, if he's still alive, if you could get him to sign the cover, it's instantly worth hundreds of dollars. It's another Aquaman. Help, save me, please. Damsel in distress here. 12 cents, number 40. So this one's a little later. That one was what? 68, I think. This is maybe 69. Number 54 of Aquaman. Am I my own executioner? That might be an interesting story to read. Yeah, these are all in pretty good shape, guys. They really are. Here's a Batman. Batman number 261. 60 cents for 100 pages. I remember these 100-page comic books would come out every once in a while. You'd have the regular size of the comic, and then they would rotate. Like every month, they would do a different comic with 100 pages, like Batman here. And then they would have, you know, Superman or whoever, the DC comics. And this ice cream is fabulous. Pretty good shape. Detective Comics. This is number 450. Wow. I remember I had the 400th issue of Detective Comics whenever that came out. And I remember this logo that DC had back in the mid-70s. This might be around 76, 77. Detective Comics. What's happening here with Batman? Caught in a Cape and Cowl death trap. Oh, man. Got Honest Abe over there. Who else? Kings, Queens. Napoleon looking like. Caesar. That's weird. That'd be interesting to see. I want to take a look and see what the date is on this number 450 issue. 25 cents. I remember the prices steadily going up. And I think this is probably 76 or 77. I'm guessing. Let's see. Let's see. Look at that. Back when kids could have daisies. You know? Oops, something stuck here. Baseball cards. I remember these Hostess baseball cards. These were 1976, I think. Let's see. Am I right? 75. August 75. Okay. 75. You could buy like a box of Twinkies, and on the back of the Twinkies or the Big Wheels or whatever Hostess product, they had 3 baseball cards, which is pretty cool. I think those sets had maybe like 150 cards in them. So there's 450 on number 450 Detective. I might be able to get 10 bucks for this, I think. So it's looking like I could get about 10 bucks a piece on these guys. So I should easily get my $90 back. Probably double the money at least. You got 3 of the same comic here. OMAC. What is this? Issue number 1. Issue number 1. OMAC. I never heard of this one. One Man Army. It's got the woman. What is he, throwing her? I don't know. That's kind of weird. Starting to look into the world that's coming. Okay. Still only 20 cents. I don't remember this comic. There might have been like a short run of this one. Maybe like 3 or 4 issues before they stopped doing them. OMAC. Yeah, see, this is a price like $1.50. I might get $5 a piece on these. They're in pretty good shape. You know, the thing is with these kind of things, although it's a first issue, nobody knows about this. And, you know, so like, who the fuck is OMAC? So, you know, I'll be happy to get $5 a piece on these guys. Secret 6 DC Comics. Number 2, issue number 2. It's listed here for $8. It's got some date on it that's damaging it. Secret 6. Never forget, I control your lives, your very existence. When Mockingbird commands, you obey, bitches. That's interesting. It's like maybe a horror type of comic. 12 cents, number 2. When is this one from? These older ones are quite in. This should get $10. It looks a lot. Yeah, the greenie does look sexual, don't it? They were trying to poison our minds back then. Poison our Catholic school minds. So, poor kids. Let's see what this one is from. July 1968. Okay. What type of stuff is this? It's like a horror mystery type of comic. I don't know. Might be interesting to read. $8. Yeah, I'll take $8 for it. Anybody want to shoot me $8? So what happened here was somebody had a bunch of these old ones lying around and they sold them as a lot. There's nothing really rare or scarce in any of these. You know, they're just older. But the thing with them is they're in good condition. So somebody might be trying to put together a set of, you know, Adam Strange or whoever this character is. Number 223, 15 cents. Strange Adventures. War in Washington, 1990 AD. Wow, look at that. They're predicting the future here. Predictive programming, guys. They figured it'd be World War. What the hell are these? That's weird. That might be an interesting read here, though. When was this published? 15 cents. I'm guessing probably 68, 69. 1970. Okay. So I think I first started buying comics 72 or 3. So this was before my time. I might read this one later. But, you know, this one might fetch just the interesting cover. Would fetch $10 easily. Wow, here's a 10 center. 10 cents on DC. Tomahawk. Number 67 on Tomahawk. Now, who is Tom? And the cover's shot here. Got some damage on the cover. What does it say here? The Beast from the Deep. So you got a beast. Who's fighting them? The Indians are. So this is like a what? We can hold them off from this sandhole, Dan. So the Indians are shooting at this at these pilgrims here. But this guy's going to come and rescue the day, I guess. I don't know. Wow. So it's kind of a fantasy type comic here. Let's see how much. when this is from. This might be the oldest one since it's 10 cents. Ooh, got to be careful with these, you know. You don't want to ruin them. Look at that. You got the old Charles Atlas. Are you skinny like I was? 90-pound weakling. Let's see, when is this from? What's the date on this puppy? March, April 1960. Okay, so 1960, these comics were 10 cents. 10 cents. The cover's dislodged on this one. The cover's completely loose. So, I don't know. I'd try to get $10 for this just because of the age. Maybe, you know, if I put it on eBay, I'd put it up for like $9.99. You know, and then let them make me an offer. Somebody wants to give me $7, I'll let them have it for $7. But it's an interesting batch of comics here. This cover's pretty cool. I'm gonna read that later tonight. So let's see how many do I have here for $90. We got 1, 2, 3. The Hulk here. This one's probably the most valuable one. The early Hulk. At least $20 for that. 1, 2. This 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 3 Omax there, 17, 18, and 19. So you got a total of 19 comics for $90, which is what? It's around a little under $5 a piece. Rounded up, maybe like $4.75, something like that. So yeah, if I could sell them, if I could get 200 for this batch, I'll be happy. You know, maybe a little more. But that's what you do with these resales. So now, Greenie, once we start up the eBay again, I want you to start looking for stuff in the Goodwills. You're good with the China and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we're going to sell everything. You know, we're going to find nuggets, and we're going to find things like this that we can sell. Anyway, guys, that's all I have today. Is just some old comics I picked up to resell on eBay. I'm not going to put them up right away. Probably later this summer, I'll have them up on my eBay, and we'll get started with that. Anyway, everybody, thanks. Most 10-cent comics were 33 to 62. Yeah, that's about right. Yep. Yes, Solid Tank. Vinyl records are hot. I agree. The thing is, with the better stuff, you got to luck out, like at Goodwill or whatever. You probably get a better opportunity to buy some good stuff at tag sales or estate sales. You know, because the stuff that you see at the Goodwill as far as the LPs go is mostly garbage. I mean, you're looking at Johnny Mathis and fucking Guy Lombardo and all this kind of shit that, you know, my parents would listen to, you know, only occasionally. So, you know, on the other hand, you might find something that's pretty good at Goodwill, and it's usually pretty cheap. They're usually like $1 an album, so you never know. Knee deep in Patsy Cline, yeah. Yeah, I'm always running into Patsy Cline, Barbara Streisand. Was that there's like an Italian singer. I forgot his name, but like all over the New Haven area where there's a lot of Italians, you see all these Italian singer albums and shit. I lucked out and found a Guns N' Roses down here, but that's one of the few his scores. Yeah, you got to keep looking. I think the best time to find those is early in the week, Monday or Tuesday. People have their tag sales and they try to sell the stuff, and whatever they don't sell, they bring to the Goodwill, which is then sorted and placed on the shelves. Usually Monday or Tuesday is probably the best time. So yeah, Frank Sinatra. I've seen Frank Sinatra. I've seen Frank Sinatra. Sinatra's good. I mean, but the the stuff that's there is like his greatest hits and stuff from the '70s, which are quite common. I mean, I don't see any rare Sinatra, mono 1960s. If something like that's out there, it's usually somebody grabs it. It's very hard to find any valuable stuff. But Sinatra's great. I love Sinatra. They're played to death too. Yeah, yeah. People, they're all scratched up and shit. Mm. Well, guys, I just finished my ice cream, so I'm cheating a little bit on my diet. Don't tell anybody. But I'm gonna walk it off tomorrow. So anyway, it's almost 8 o'clock. It's almost time to hit the sack here. I gotta get up at 5 and get the day started tomorrow. So, but thanks for coming by, guys, and checking out my little comic haul here. I got 19 comics for $90, so not bad. It's not a great deal, but I should be able to double up, at least double the money there on these guys. So, thanks for watching, guys. Everybody have a great night and take care.